Hola estudiantes, Mrs. Stocking here to help you with your week 8 assignments. So the forcing slide that you see when you log into your course shows you that you need to do your 3.05 prueba, 3.06 asignación, and then these should actually be switched, 3.06 discussion voice activity and 3.06 prueba. That's the order you see them in your list of assessments. So the 3.05 prueba and then these three 3.06 assignments are what we're going to work on right now together. For your 3.05 prueba, you just want to go from the main menu to lessons. Go to lesson 3.05 and the vocabulary and the grammar you see in this lesson is going to be on that quiz. So there's a lot of good keywords that you see here in blue, a lot of key verb tenses that you see. But you can also just click here on Pagar la cuenta, el vocabulario nuevo. Remember, you can always listen to each verb and how it's said. So here's a list of the vocabulary in that lesson. And then also you can either click down here or you can click on estructuras. It takes you to the same place. But this helps you with the preterite, el pretérito, de los verbos er and ir. So the preterite of er and ir verbs, and it teaches you those verb endings right here. So the vocabulary and the grammar are both going to be on your 3.05 prueba. And here's a little bit more vocabulary. These are just words that help you know when you're talking about the past to help you know that the preterite is coming up. And then next, your 3.06 asignación. So I'm going to go to lesson 3.06. And for this assignment, or for this lesson, I should say, you'll see that you have lots of different assignments. So these three things, your discussion voice activity, your asignación, and your prueba. So we're going to show you your asignación first. You want to click on the Practica tab. I'm sorry. It shows you right here that for the asignación, you need to attach or copy and paste parts E and F of the work file. So I'm going to open up the work file in the Practica tab. And it's always good to do all of the assignment for work, but as far as what you have to turn in, it's just parts E and F. So part E says, answer the following questions in complete Spanish sentences. Some questions are asking about now, the present tense, and others are asking about the past tense, the preterite. So we're going to pay attention to how each question is asked. Excuse me, I need to take a drink of water. Okay, so remember we're always going to reword the question to help us form your answer. So I'm going to say my room. I just changed this to me for mine, and then I used room, dormitorio, and then they use this verb es for is. So I'm going to use that as well. Remember, we always just want to reword the question to help us form your answer. How is your room? What is your room like? I'm going to go with a really simple word that I know, which is big. Mi dormitorio es grande. You could say anything else, like es pequeño, es bonito, es feo, whatever you think about your room that is an adjective you know in Spanish. And then it's asking you, is your room clean or organized? I'm sorry. Is it organized or is it disorganized? And you can just copy and paste that as your answer. It is organized. The question says, is it organized or disorganized? So I can just restate that as a statement as opposed to a question. It is organized. So this right here is my whole answer for number 1. And we're going to just go through each question really simple like that. Like this question, this verb starts with, or this question starts with the verb prefieres. Do you prefer? ¿Prefieres barrer o pasar la aspiradora? Do you prefer to sweep or vacuum? I'm going to say I prefer to sweep just because then I don't have to plug anything in. But the question's still in the to form. I want to change it to the yo form. So that's it. I prefer to sweep. You might instead say I prefer to vacuum, in which case you would just do this instead. So please use the vocabulary and the grammar and the verbs from each question to help you form your answer. Part F, te toca a ti, it's your turn. Write a short paragraph in Spanish about what a maid does at a hotel. So they're asking you in the present tense, what does she do? to clean the bathroom. What does he or she do to clean the room and the bathroom? So we're going to use the present tense because it's asking us in the present tense. So I'm going to show you a cool little trick for doing your 3.06 asignación. Right here it shows us a picture of a woman cleaning, and they're saying that while at a hotel we begin talking to Juliana, una criada. So that's your vocabulary for a maid. She told us about a typical day for her using yesterday as an example. So all of her verbs are going to be in the past tense, but I want to use the present tense. So I'm going to say la criada, because that's the vocabulary we learn here. La criada or una criada, either way, the maid or a maid. And I'm going to say, first she starts out saying, me desperté y tomé el desayuno. She woke up and ate breakfast, but I just want to start with this. She said I cleaned the kitchen, limpié la cocina, but I want to put that in the present tense, and it's the ella form. So I'm going to say limpia la cocina, because I know that limpiar is the present tense ella form of that verb limpiar. And I'm going to keep going. She washed and dried the dishes. So let's say that she does that too. Lava y seca los platos. I'm just using grammar and vocabulary right here from this lesson. I'm changing the grammar to present tense endings. And she swept the floor with the broom. Barré el suelo con la escoba. So again, I just changed barrí, I swept, to barré, she sweeps. And I'm going to go through each one and maybe copy some of the vocabulary. I could say pasa la aspiradora, limpia el baño, arregla las cosas, hace la cama, tira la basura. Those are all sentences we could use here to form part F. And then you're just going to copy and paste your answers to E and F and put that in the 3.06 asignación. Okay, now for your discussion voice activity. I'm going to close that. Let's go take a look at the discussion voice activity. I'm going to go home. I'm going to click on all my voice prompts in one place like Mrs. Stocking put there for me. I'm going to scroll down to 3.06 and it says tienen que limpiar, they have to clean. Tell what you did last week to help around the house. You need to use at least 4 verbs in the preterite. They need to be in complete Spanish sentences. Use vocabulary from your Module 3. Oh my goodness. We're going to say what I did in the past, okay? So each one of you is going to say what, I cleaned, I washed the dishes, I swept. Didn't we just see that in lesson 3.06 when the maid was talking about what he or she did? So these are all things that you could say, literally copying and pasting what she said because it's the same thing. And you're not cheating, you're using what's in the lesson to help you with your assignment. You might say, limpié la cocina, lavé y sequé los platos y barrí el suelo con la escoba. You might say, limpié el baño, arreglé las cosas, hice la cama, tiré la basura. Any of these are things you could do. Limpié el lavabo, limpié el espejo, trapeé el suelo, lavé y sequé las toallas y las sábanas. Those are all verbs conjugated in the preterite yo form, and you just need to use 4 verbs in the preterite. So just pick any 4 of those things and say what you did, and if you're not sure how to pronounce them.
En cada cuarto de baño limpié el lavabo, el baño y la bañera. También en cada cuarto de baño.
Back to make it stop. Okay. And then finally for your 3.06 prueba, I'm just going to go to 3.06. Maybe. I think I have to go to a different one before it'll let me go back to that one. And once I'm in lesson 3.06, I'm just going to show you that this one is about the grammar and the vocabulary in lesson 3.06. So let's see if it'll let us go back to lessons. Yay! 3.06. And you'll see all of that vocabulary that we just worked on, but it's right here. Tienen que limpiar y verbos nuevos. So here's a bunch of vocabulary that's going to be on that 3.06 prueba. And then here's los verbos nuevos. So this is the preterite. Look, it just took us to the estructuras tab when I clicked on that. These are más verbos en el pretérito, more verbs in the preterite. They're irregular. So we're going to learn about the verb ir, to go, and ser, to be, in the preterite tense. They are irregular, so they're going to help you with that. And then they also help you with a couple more verbs here. So please use what you learned in 3.06 to help you with that quiz. That is it, and that will help you wrap up all of your Segment 1 assignments for this week. I hope that helped.